Welcome back to Symphony of the Seas. It remains day 8 of my 8-day cruise. Last day, and I want to show you the boardwalk, but first we're going to check out what's going on in Schooner Bar, which is on the second level of the promenade, because I think it's pretty cool. Let's check it out. So every day, pretty much all day, you can do trivia on this ship. And here is just one of those trivia events right now. Check it out. As you can see, it's always full. These trivia events are extremely popular, and you kind of have to get there early, especially at Schooner Bar, because Schooner Bar is popular most of the time. They're doing a little bit of basketball trivia right now. But okay, let's head toward the boardwalk. But while we do that, I'll explain that, yeah, Schooner Bar is pretty popular most of the time. And when there's a trivia event, it just gets really popular. Like, I did some trivia at one point, and I had to kind of right up against a wall because there were just no seats. And then, you know, the next trivia event is starting like 5 minutes later, and you got to boot down to another location on the other side of the promenade, and by then all the seats are gone. Because so if you're doing trivia hopping, it can get a little tricky to find seats, but it's worth it because it's just a lot of fun. And again, the people who host the trivia here on the ship are really talented people, and they're really gregarious, and they're really, you know, they'll interact with you and they'll make you feel like you're personally part of it. They're not standoffish. It's a lot of fun. But what we're here to do today is we're here to check out the Boardwalk. So the Boardwalk is yet another of the many neighborhoods on this ship that you can visit, and this one is designed to be sort of like a carnival feel, you know? A day at the carnival. Old, you know, what do you guys call that place? Oh God, I can't even, the American, Coney Island? That's it. It's got that kind of Coney Island feel. So the first thing you'll see when you walk onto the boardwalk, and there's only one way to access it, through the door we just came through. First thing you're going to see is, because this area has a Ferris wheel, they have this art installation that shows you how the carousel horses are built, stage by stage. I think this is really cool. It's really interesting to look and see how these things are built out of wood, the tools that are used, the kind of drawings you would need, technical drawing skills you would need to, I don't know how to do it. But anyway, you can look at these things and you can figure it out. But it's really cool. And you can see stage by stage, step by step. And then what is revealed after the final step is the carousel itself. And look at this thing. This is a fully working, operational carousel. It goes most of the afternoon. It's a lot of fun. I have not ridden it yet. It's day 8 and I haven't been on this thing because there's so much to do. You just, you know, you make this list of things you want to do, and it's hard to get all of them in 8 days. And I think it's designed that way specifically to make you want to come back. You think, I got to book my next vacation because I still have to do all these things I didn't do in the first one. And I love it, but also I want to ride that carousel before it's too late. I might get that in this afternoon. Anyway, right here is this cool restaurant. This is fully included with your cruise fare. It's the Dog House. And they've got all kinds of various sausages. It's not open just yet. It's more of a lunchtime venue, and we're still at like 11:30 in the morning. But there's going to be hot dogs. There's going to be bratwurst. There's going to be Italian sausage. There's going to be potato salad and coleslaw. And it's pretty fun, honestly. I enjoyed it. I like the dogs. I didn't think I was going to. Bratwurst was good. Italian sausage is good. I'm not a huge fan of these condiment dispensers, though. Good luck getting relish out of this thing. I have never once been able to get relish out of this thing. But if you can do it, more power to you. But you've got mayonnaise, mustard, ketchup. You got everything you need. They're going to have like caramelized onions available for you. They're going to have a little bit of whole sauerkraut available for you too, if you like that on your brat, which I do, because I'm not a cretin. If you're going to get a brat, you got to put sauerkraut on it. Anyway, over here, Sugar Beach. So this is a little place. It is not included in your cruise fare. Everything in here is an extra charge. But if you've got the sweet tooth, if you are interested in candies and chocolates and ice cream, this is the place. Let's check it out. If you like jelly beans, if you like sour pacifier pops, if you like Marvel candy dispensers, if you like plushy toys, this is the place for you. Look at this wall of candy. And that's just one of, again, this place is always like, oh, you want one wall of candy? Well, you're gonna get two. Because look over there, there's a whole other one. And that's all different over there. The whole other wall of candy. And you can get, check this out, ice cream. And this is pretty good. I tried this. It was good stuff. I liked it. And I'm a bit of an ice cream snob. I'm very much of an ice cream snob. You give me one of those like giant tubs of the cheap ice cream and I can't eat that. That stuff I can eat. So it's pretty good. So there's a couple of restaurants here on the boardwalk as well. Let's check them out. This one over here is called Playmakers. So if you have a big game to watch, because they apparently can't say the names of sporting events, I guess it's some sort of copyright thing. But we were here for, I'm not even sure if I can say it now. Now I'm worried. We were here for a big football event, with it being February, and they just kept calling it the big event or the big game. So if you're here to watch a big game, this is the place for you, or any kind of sporting event. Let's have a look at it and stop looking at my face. Playmakers. So they've got all kinds of TVs. They've got, of course, a fully stocked bar, because if you've gone 10 feet and you haven't encountered a fully stocked bar, you're probably dying. And they don't want you to die. They're very serious, Royal Caribbean, about making sure that you do not dehydrate to death. And you're gonna love that. Look at this. Their shuffleboard. And I have yet to play this shuffleboard because I've yet to actually come to Playmakers because it's not included in your cruise fare. It is an extra charge, but it's actually a very cheap and reasonable extra charge. And from what I understand, the food here is really good. I've heard the wings are good. I kind of want to come tonight. I might actually splurge. I might do it. Because this place just looks like a lot of fun. Now, when the big game was on, this place was packed. And I'm talking like reserved, pre-reserved, forget it, you're not getting in packed, because that was a big game. But we sat across the way over here at Jonathan Rockets, or Johnny Rockets as it's colloquially known. So they're gonna serve burgers, they're gonna serve fries, they're gonna serve milkshakes, and they're gonna do it for what is, now this is actually interesting, on Oasis class ships, breakfast is included with your cruise fare here at Johnny Rockets. Included, you don't have to pay extra. You're coming here for lunch or dinner, but breakfast included. Now I have eaten here, okay, I'm gonna admit it. I splurged. It was the big game. And this place was completely reserved out, and I had no idea that you even had to reserve or could reserve this place. But a bunch of people did know, because they had it all reserved out and we couldn't sit there. So we came here and we paid a little extra. It's really affordable. The price here is not bad. And they give you a lot of food when you pay. It's sort of like a one-time charge, and then you get like 2 appetizers, a main course, and a dessert, and pop for your one-time fee. It wasn't bad. But as you can see the TVs from Playmakers when you're over here at Johnny Rockets. So we watched the big game there. So now what you're seeing here, this might be confusing and intimidating, but this is the bottom of the Ultimate Abyss slide. Have a look at this. It goes all the way up there.
Yep, where is it?
You get on the slide all the way up there, and you come all the way down here, and you are ejected right here. I have not done the Ultimate Abyss yet. It's on my list, running at a time, tick, 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 tick. But I'm gonna do it, don't worry. We're gonna get there. I'm gonna do this. Let's see if we can see somebody coming out. There is one right now. He just had a fantastic time. Look at him. He's not dizzy at all. He just did this thing and he just gets up and he runs away. I know when I do this, I'm going to be so dizzy that I'm probably going to have to lay there for probably a solid 30 seconds before I can get out, and I hope the next person doesn't just like poof with their feet right in the back of my head. But it's probably what's going to happen. So there is more, so much more to the boardwalk. Firstly, there's a rock climbing wall. And this is a thing that was introduced, I believe, on Oasis-class ships. And it was apparently a game changer to the cruise industry when this was introduced. I feel like I haven't seen a single person on these things my entire cruise. But again, I haven't spent a lot of time on the boardwalk because there's just so many other places to spend time. But whenever I've been here, it doesn't seem like they're a thing. And when I say they are a thing, as in plural, there's an announcement. We'll pause. And when I say they, of course, in true Royal Caribbean fashion, if I want one rock wall, they're gonna give me two. Because there's another full rock wall over here to handle all of the crowds that are gonna wanna be going up that rock wall. Which, again, I haven't personally seen, but I'm sure it's a very popular thing. So what's interesting here is you can see these sort of balcony suites up here. These are pretty expensive because they overlook this aqua theater. Now this place is incredible. It is a large venue, lots of seating. You've got bench seating as well as, pool chair kind of seating. And they will do all kinds of incredible acrobatic shows here. They do a show called Hero. It's amazing. Oh my God. You have to see it at night. You can see it in the daytime, but I don't recommend it. I recommend seeing it at night because the lighting show, in combination with the incredible acrobatics, just blows your mind. It just leaves you awestruck. These people who perform the show are unbelievable performers. We're talking tightrope, high rope walkers. We're talking high divers. We're talking harness acrobats who fly over the audience and twirl and dance and acrobatize right over your head in the air. It's unbelievable. I can't even. Obviously, I'm at a loss for words because it just blows your mind. And then they dive. You can see this little thing. That blue thing down there, that's a pool. They'll dive into that pool, and I can't imagine it's very deep. And these people are diving from like up at the top of that structure there into that little pool while they're on a moving, rocking ship. And as far as I know, none of them have ever broken their neck. And I'm thankful for that. Because these are fantastic performers and we shouldn't lose them. We should protect them at all costs. And actually, I was watching the show the first time I saw it at night. A guy dove literally from that high, right there, boo! And as soon as he had left his dive, I felt the whole ship move like this. And for a moment, my heart moved with the ship into my throat. And he was fine. The guy absolutely landed the dive. Pure professional. And unbelievable. So also here, they'll do daytime shows just for fun. They'll just come out here and dive and do their acrobats and their high walking routines just to amaze and, it's not part of a specific show like Hero is that has a theme and a storyline. They'll just come out and do it for fun during the days. They'll also show movies here. And they showed The Big Game here as well, but also I couldn't get a seat. It was just packed by the time I showed up. So that is a thing that I find with this ship. And again, I've never been on a cruise before. This is my first cruise. And I mean, I've heard a lot of people say that even though 6,000 people can be on this ship at any given moment, people say it doesn't feel crowded. I beg to differ. I'm an introvert. I don't like big crowds. I feel like this is a little crowded, and obviously it's empty right now. But just, hey, you want to go into this bar? You're going to have trouble finding a chair. You want to come to a show? You better show up maybe 40, 45 minutes ahead of time if it's a small venue, or you're going to struggle to get a seat. If it's a big event like the Big Game, you're going to struggle, you know, you're going to have a tough time because there's a lot of people on the ship, and when something's happening, people want to do it, and of course they do because the events are great. But I guess what I'm saying is some of the venues are a little small for the fact that they're hosting something that's such a fun and attractive event that people want to partake in. And, you know, the big theater is pretty good. There's lots of seats there. I've never had any trouble getting in to see a show or getting a good seat there. But the smaller venues and sometimes the Aqua Theater, you better show up early. And that's, you know, kind of sad to me because you're wasting some of your time. You know, you're on vacation and you don't want to spend half an hour waiting in a line here and half an hour waiting in a line there. But hey, guess what? Royal Caribbean's got you covered because you can pay for the key, or you can pay for a Royal Genie type room package where they'll make sure to get you reserved seats right where you want to be. But again, keep shelling out for that. Otherwise, if you want to just sort of pay your general fee to get on the ship, you're going to have to be lining up. You're going to be spending some of your time lining up or some of your time getting to an event way ahead of time to make sure you can get a good seat. I don't know. You know, I'm not saying that that's a vacation ruiner. It isn't at all. I mean, this vacation's been a fantastic experience. Absolutely, even with having to wait in some lines or maybe not getting some seats. But I don't know, this is a little thing that I would prefer that they somehow figure out how to work on. But anyway, one more thing to show you. And it is that Playmakers has attached to it a little arcade. There's a bigger arcade upstairs. But if you want to hang out and watch a big game, and also maybe do a little bit of arcading, this is the place for you. Because look at this, they've got skee ball. And skee ball is pretty much all I need because I love that game. But they've also got these sorts of claw games. And they've got, what else they got? They've got prize hubs because you will be collecting points as you play these games, and you can then use the points to pay for, you know, prizes. And look at this, they've got this game, Speed of Light. I'm assuming it's one of those, you know, boom, 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 dance games. They got it all. Driving games. And upstairs, they've got an even bigger arcade. Not like immensely bigger, but it is bigger. And it's got like a bowling game. I really like that one. That's fun. So you can get like a preloaded arcade credit package before your ship at a bit of a discount. Or you can pay as you go, pay as you play. Now obviously, as you can start to imagine, if you've got a kid and your kid's like, hey, I'm gonna go play at the arcade, well, they can rack up a big bill pretty fast without realizing it. So Royal Caribbean has offered you the ability to control how much that your kids can spend. You can set a daily spending limit. Good idea. But here we are back in Playmakers as we've left the arcade. And that's pretty much it. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. One more thing. One more thing to show you, and that's these little climbing walls for the younger kids. They're much more safe because they've got netting. And, you know, they've got these little surfaces that look to me like Pringles. Maybe like Pringles that have some weird mold on them or something. But the kids love this. The kids are having fun. And of course, oh my God, wait a minute. I was going to do the whole, of course, there's got to be two of them, but there isn't. There's only one of these. I want my money back. I'm sorry, but I'm not going to accept this. There's only one of these? No, I'm actually surprised. I was really serious. I was like, there's the second one. No, only one. But, you know, that's all you need. Anyways, let's take you back over here and we'll finish up. And you can just check out these incredible sea views. Because look at this. Hello, hello, hello. Everywhere you go, you get these amazing sea views. Except for half the ship where you don't get these amazing sea views, like Central Park, Promenade, Casino. But, you know, when you're out here on Boardwalk, you get these amazing sea views. All right, that'll do it. Catch you later.